So today I decided to give myself a manicure at home. So we all know the current circumstances, and so I just decided to pamper myself because I really wanted my nails to look cute. And so I went to Walgreens and picked up some stuff. So apparently other people have the same idea because they didn't have a manicure set. They had a pedicure set, and so I got a pedicure set from Walgreens. I got what I'm using for my manicure. I got some Sally Hansen nail and cuticle oil. I got some Sally Hansen from Walgreens problem cuticle remover, and that's just to put on your cuticles to help push it down. And then I got a toenail clipper, which I have a fingernail clipper, but the toenail clipper was already in the pedicure set. So, and then this is the pedicure set. So the pedicure set actually, I don't know what the pedicure set actually has the toe filer, a nail brush, a cuticle pusher. Oh, I'd rather use that one. A callus remover, the actual clipper, and then the stone to scrub your feet. But today I won't be doing a pedicure on my feet, but I will be doing it on my boyfriend's feet. Let's see if he'll let me record it, but that's another story. And then, so I didn't feel like painting my nails. I kind of wanted a little different look, so I got these press-on nails. Let's see how that goes. And then I got my nail filer that came in a press-on nail kit. I'm gonna use the cuticle tool, the cuticle pusher that's in my pedicure kit here. And I know it's a little shadow, but work with me. It'll work itself out. And then I got this little cuticle cutter thing that they use in a nail shop. So be very careful with that because I'm a very clumsy person. And then I got some nail glue, and I got some black press-ons like the picture showed. So I already clip my fingernails and shape them. So now what I'm going to do is put some cuticle oil on my cuticles. See, it's a little brush. So lump, 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 and then that way, since I have the press-ons, I don't have to go through the process of painting my right hand with my left hand. Okay, because I usually make a huge mess. So I'm just, trying to prioritize self-care more and define what that means for me, because it's not always like in the sense of pampering yourself, or like in the sense of like having to get a massage, which that is a part of self-care for me. But a lot of self-care is like kind of me, not people necessarily doing services for me, but more so me doing stuff for myself that's like self-gratifying. So, like self-care will be me finally doing something like learning about something that I've been wanting to learn about, or diving into something that I've been wanting to dive in, because it gives me like this gratifying feeling. And then also, you know, painting my nails, shaving, beautifying myself, getting my hair done, just doing like stuff oddly, like cleaning my house was like so self-gratifying. I felt like it was so accomplishing because I kind of just cleared my space. And then all I did was rub the oil in, and now I'm going to soak in my little makeshift bowl. So I got this bowl from Dollar General, and then I got a pan for my feet from Dollar General too, but you'll see that in a different video. So I'm just gonna soak a little bit. And so self-care for me is doing stuff for myself, not necessarily like somebody doing something pampering for me. Just stuff that makes me have a sense of self-gratification. So for instance, if I finally, like if like the other morning when I woke up, I opened all the windows and I had sunlight coming in the house, and it just felt so good because it was like kind of like me being in touch with nature. And then that was a way of caring for myself too. It was more of a mental care. So, you know, self-care is not just about physical with me. It's about, you know, really taking care of my mental. And it's like I'm constantly, which I'm sure most people do, constantly just processing everything and having different realizations by the minute. And so it's good to kind of do things to kind of keep that at bay, where I can manage the thoughts and execute things around the thoughts. Like for instance, playing The Sims. I love The Sims, the video game. You know, it's like a different part of me is operating when I'm playing that game. And exercising is self-care. I have like this euphoria feeling when I exercise, when my heart rate, it's like when my heart rate gets past 150, it is so beautiful. And so next, I actually have a towel too, which I failed to mention, but I have a towel. So I went to different places to get all this stuff because I couldn't get all this stuff at one place. But because, you know, like, but I've always, you know, been down to do things like do my own nails and stuff like that. You know, I go to the nail shop every blue moon. Usually when I go out of town, I'll go to the nail shop. But, so, yeah. So, let's see the goodness. You see the goodness? Where's the camera? The goodness. The goodness. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to get the towel. No. Ooh, that's so fun. I'm going to get this little brush. And then I'm just going to just brushing. Ooh, and another thing that's just like a mode of self-care is journaling and writing, because it's like sometimes it's difficult for me to process what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling. So it's like, it's so gratifying just to like kind of just leave it all on the page, or have the position to leave it all on the page in a safe place where I can say exactly how I'm feeling and I can let it all out without, you know, having to express it to somebody and they may not understand it or they may misinterpret it, because I find that I get great anxiety around being misunderstood to the point where I just kind of like shut down. So I'm working on that and I'm finding avenues to combat that. So now I got my towel. So dry my hands. Okay. Ooh, my back hurts today. I'm gonna sit the bowl on the floor because now, ooh, look at that, girl. Look. And so next, what I'm gonna do next? I'm actually gonna push back my cuticles. So now I have this cuticle remover, and then I want to read the instructions. So the instructions say, apply around cuticle and under nails, massage and wait for 2 to 3 minutes, gently push back cuticles, wash off excess with warm soapy water. So I got my warm soapy water on the floor, so I'm going to pick it back up. I should have read the instructions before. I'm going to pick it back up so I can wash my hands once the 2-3 minutes are over. And so, ready? So, bruh. And so, apply to cuticles. All right, come on, Sally. Sally, do your thing, Sally. Sally. Okay. Can you see me? Ooh, you guys, you got a straight angle. Okay, ooh, that's a lot. So, I'm going to top it. And then I'm going to massage it in. I really don't have under the nails because I clip them. I like to clip them low for all of them to start on the same playing field. It's just me. I can't have nails that's not the same length. I have to cut them all and let them all grow out together. Okay, seems like I've used too much, but I'm gonna just sit my hands here. So my back kind of hurt, I guess, because I really don't have support like I should. So I'm just gonna sit back and just speak to you all. Oh, you can still see my nails. Oh, girl, I did a good job. And so just coming to the understanding that self-care looks different for everybody, and what works for me as self-care doesn't work for the next person. And so with me, I'm just constantly, like, self-care is just kind of what I do on a daily basis. Like, it's the small things, like caring for the biggest part of my self-care is mental peace of mind. You know, drinking a cup of coffee in the morning, opening the windows for daylight to come in. What else? Ooh, cooking is self-care for me because it just feels so it's like a therapy. It's almost like whatever I'm feeling, I could just put it in the food, kind of, you know? Like, and it allows me to process my thoughts on things, or like if it was something all day I have been kind of agonizing about, I can just cook, and then I could just put my feelings in the food and look at it from like as unbiased as I could be, because whenever it's yourself, you always react differently because you're advocating for yourself. So if something makes you feel a way, you're gonna, in most cases, justify, you know, something that something else that caused you to feel like that. And so I'm just in the mode of reflecting in a way where I'm holding myself accountable. Even if somebody did something to trigger something, I hold myself accountable and find ways to work around those triggers, because people not gonna know what your triggers are. And for me, it just be simple things. It'd be like if somebody say something that alludes to me that I don't care, and I know all I do is care, and that's what I've been pushing for, to show that I care. That shuts me down, because I'm a person, if I love you, I give you my last. I do things to make sure that you good, because I can figure myself around anything, and it just gives me such a good feeling to know that I'm taking care of my loved ones. And it's not like monetarily, but like doing my part and making sure that I'm expressing my love and my care in my way. And so, that's a big trigger for me, for somebody to be like, oh, well, speaking on something that make it seem like I don't care. And so in those cases, I'm learning to not be like, oh, you trigger me when you said this or whatever, because at the end of the day, no one is responsible for how I feel about things. It's me that make the interpretation, and I can't expect a million people to advocate for me or to figure out what triggers me and whatever. Even my loved ones, even though I do that for others, that's just not always on other people's radar. So cooking allows me to process in that way. And then just being busy helps me to kind of engulf and breaking down what I'm trying to process. But that's my spiel on self-care. I wanted this to be like a self-care talk. So yeah. So what other things are self-care for you, ma'am? Before, I don't know what's wrong with my bike, but I'm just rinsing, washing it off, essentially. Washing off the cuticle remover so I can push back them cuticles, girl. Oh, and sir, if you like to do your own manicures. And so, I got a bike at the end of March, and I had been riding it, like I would ride it, and that would help me not only get my physical workout in, but like a mental workout. And that was self-care for me, because it will be like this feeling of like your hair blowing in the wind kind of feel on a sunny day kind of vibe. And so that's a part of my health care. And recently I tried to ride my bike, and my back tire, so the bike I got, it was half price. And so my boyfriend put air in the tire, and so I was like, well, and so I got the bike, and so I didn't have no issues with it. But then I started realizing the back tire, air was just leaking out of it. And so I realized why somebody returned it. I realized why they returned it. So I need to get a new inner tube or something. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, girl. So now I'm pushing it back. I chose to use this over that wooden one. So I'm just pushing back whatever cuticles are there. And it looked like that stuff kind of, it looked like it got rid of it, if I'm being honest. Because I don't see them. Okay. Gotta work on that shadow. And maybe I can just play with the lightning. This is my first time giving myself a manicure, so let's see how satisfying the results. Okay. So now I'm gonna take these and get any extra stuff. This. Ooh, these things are sharp. Now at first I was putting the nail glue on my natural nail in the press on, but I found that it had a lot of excess glue and it would stick to my finger and it really hurts pulling it apart. But what I started doing on my right hand is putting a little glue in the center of my nail and pressing on the artificial or the press on, and that worked so much better. It wasn't any excess glue, uh, and it was easier to apply it that way versus having the glue on the nail and not risk not placing it correctly the first time. Thanks for tuning in.